up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. We're down here. It's Friday. We're just taking it easy today. I did not watch Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip last night, so we'll get you that review probably tomorrow. So we just down here, honey. Girl, it's been a mess this whole morning. It's been a mess this whole morning, girl. Your girl, go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you woke up. Girl, come on. Yes. Yes. So this morning, it was a tweet yesterday going around. I'm gonna read y'all the tweets. I said that's what I'm gonna talk about this morning, so y'all can see the foolishness that shows up in digital spaces, right? Yeah, like no one likes to be talked about, and honestly, I've been saying for the last couple of weeks that when we do talk about the state of the sociological status of the straight black man, it's not giving a return on the investment. And so I think when that is said out loud, it does trigger people. No one, I mean, like, if you think about it, when black women were referred to as welfare moms, when black women were referred to all these awful, horrible things, like even I could say less than 30 years ago, I'll say 30 years ago. I'll say 30 years ago. Less than 30 years ago. And black women have literally changed their social image and now they're like rising above the ranks. It's like you get talked about so much. After a while you be like, oh hell no, y'all not gonna be able to call me nothing. We are about to change the entire social image of the black woman, and it doesn't seem like the men are able to do that. So when we're talking about the men at this point, I really feel like it's punching down. Yes, may I have a iced grande dirty chai double with oat milk and 2 pumps of brown sugar. Iced, yeah. That is it. Yeah. Thank you. She's probably like, you don't need no shots of espresso, homegirl. Oh, it's nobody in line, Grit. It's nobody. Oh, girl, let me use my point. Shout out to Kalika who sent me the $20 gift card for making 20,000 subscribers. Shout out to you, Diva. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the folks, your new members, people join the membership. Y'all know the membership is only 99 cents. Okay, it's gonna be 99 cents, and that's just to support the channel. Support your girl. Send her 99 cents. You know what I'm saying? Support the channel. Okay, hold on. Let me get my shit together. I'm getting fingerprints all over my lenses and taking off my lip gloss. Hi. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
A straw today?
Yes, please. A short straw, please.
There you go. Have a great day.
You do the same. Thank you. Took all my little lip gloss. Oh, girl, what is happening? Girl, what's going on? Took all my little lip gloss off. Let me get my little lip dew. Shout out to my grandmother. Let me get my lip dew and put my lip dew back on. Lip dew. Y'all remember lip dew by Avon? It used to smell so good to me. My grandmother had lip dew, and so everything after that was lip dew until I put on lip glass, and she used to be like, that looks like pork chop grease on your lips. Remember when lip glass first came out, baby? You couldn't tell me shit. Because you know the diva loves gloss. I'm not really a lipstick girl. I have some some wounds from some childhood wounds from wearing lip gloss. I very rarely wear lip gloss. I mean lipstick. I don't think it looks good on me at all. I have some childhood trauma from that. Not really bad. Man, you about to get hit on this bike. Girl, if you don't get your ass on the sidewalk, um, yeah, my I just never thought. I don't like the way lipstick looks on me. I just don't. Sometimes I will wear lipstick, but the 99.9998% of the time, your girl, I'm buying gloss. I'm in Ulta getting all the glosses, going through all the glosses, seeing which one I like, and stocking up. And it's just gloss, gloss, gloss. Yeah, she used to call it lip dew, and I just remember the smell of lip dew. So listen, we're down here. We don't have anything to talk about. I wanted to talk about these exchanges that I was having with these men online. Well, they have men icons, and somebody made a comment. I was actually watching something about Jay Ellis, right? And Jay Ellis from Insecure, Lawrence. Shout out to Lawrence Hive, Larry, Ashy Larry. Um, I saw a video talking about how the men of Insecure, most of the men in Insecure are married to non-black women. And I think a lot of women, black women especially, have a problem with that because most black women are race loyal. And since most black women are race loyal, whenever they see a black man with a non-black woman, they're triggered, one, by the historical context of the coupling as a whole, and how in the journey to the interracial coupling, the black man tends to disparage a black woman all the way down the fucking aisle. You know what I'm saying? So there's a trigger that happens with black women when they see black men with non-black women. And then on top of Insecure being this fictional story, fictional and relatable story about black love. And I think, Mahogany Pink, shout out to Mahogany Pink. She has a video on the illusion of a black love. It's not real. It's like love is love. There's no such thing as black love. And when you promote, relationships like that, black love, black love, black love, to black girls, they want to mimic that, right? They want to mimic that. On top of the Disney filter, you have women who want to partner with black men, even though the numbers and the statistics will, for a person who is like looking at it from like, okay, how is this union going to benefit me? How is this union going to benefit me the most? And not just go and look for love, right? And so a lot of black women are stuck in the fantastical idea of this image of black love. And this one guy said thought he was making a dig at the anomaly of Russell Wilson and Sierra, right? It is not something that happens all the time, which is why groups of men are so focused on that relationship, because it's an outlier. It doesn't happen all the time. That story doesn't happen all the time. Yes, true, black women with children get married, have second marriages all the time. My grandmother had the second marriage. I mean, women get married twice and three times a lot of the times, okay? But the fantasy, the black love fantasy, has been ingrained and embedded. And thanks to OWN, they show you images of black love and call it black love. And then it's like these really struggle stories of all kinds of emotional, financial, physical, psychological labor that black women have to endure in these couplings. But for some reason, the majority of black women are still the most race loyal out of any group of women. Now I'm comparing groups of black women to other black women. what black men do in this talk about marriage is compare themselves to women. So when you're in conversations about marriage, one, you have to understand the statistics. And men who are not married and more than likely have children are throwing marriage in your face. Men, like you stand 10 men on, behind a damn computer and a keyboard, and all 10 of them will be telling you how you're not marriage material. Black women are the least likely to get married. They throwing marriage in your faces, right? Because they know you overvalue marriage, because you really, 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 really desire to be in relationship with a black man, even though the statistics show that's probably not the best partnering choice for you. And it's really a hard pill for a lot of black women to swallow when you just bring up the statistics. You don't even have to go back and forth on an emotional plane with these men. When you pull out the numbers, all of a sudden they're like, that don't make sense, or those numbers were created by white people, or they're this and they're that. They want to discredit the numbers. They only want to, the most logical creatures, right? They only want to, hello. They only want to shame you because they know, even though they'll never get married in their life, they know your ass wants to get married. They know you do. And I see women all the time. I'm not completely off. I don't know what y'all be waiting for, but I'm not completely off the market. I just really, and these men, they know that. They know that. So this is what I was saying earlier. Let me see. I take you to the candy shop. Let me see what this guy was saying. Okay, this is how it went. Okay, hold on. So I said, y'all, this is the tweet that started it. I said, y'all mad that most of the men of Insecure, I'm talking to women, right? Okay, listen. Y'all mad that most of the men of Insecure are married to non-black women because it ruins your black love fantasy. And I remember being on Facebook years ago, and I posted, I'm like, what is this thing with calling love, putting black in front of it? When you put black in front of it, that embeds a programming in little girls to say, I want black love. And so you're setting them up when you know statistically the men are not suitable for partnership on average. On average, okay? So that means some, not all, but on average, they're not suitable for partnering. And if you partner with them, the likelihood of you being catapulted into poverty is very high. And especially if you decide on average after 8 years, you no longer want to be married to this person for whatever reason, and it's more than likely, referring back to statistics, it's more than likely she's makes more than him anyway. But anyways, I said, y'all better broaden your preferences like these niggas are doing. Y'all waiting until your pussy has cobwebs, waiting for these black fairy tales. So then the diva said, I'm saying some black women still aren't listening. They need to do what the men are doing. I mean, TD Jakes already said they're being raised to be men, so lean into that masculine behavior, including dating outside of your race. Some guy came behind her and said, oh, or you can do this and stop living vicariously through movie and television actors and actresses and get a black man that's interested in y'all. But that seems like too much to do. Y'all are the only race of women who can't seem to separate fiction from nonfiction. I said this to him, think about it. Why are black women living in a fantasy when it comes to relationships? Wild guess. Because in real life, their men are unavailable and they aren't marriageable. Stats support this. To their detriment, most black women are race loyal, waiting for unmarriageable men to get it together. The fantasy is better. He says stats support what? I said nothing. There's no stats, girl. Because after a while, I got tired of talking to him. But let me tell you where our conversation led. Hold on. He says to her, there's nearly a listen to what he said. There's nearly a 500,000 more black men married than black women. And there's 2 million more black women than black men unmarriageable. Y'all jump on this app and say anything. This call is coming from inside the house, sis. Take your own advice and get it together. You're pointing in the wrong direction. I said, so you're wrong. That's not true. Consider comparing yourselves to other men, not women, because men propose to women in this society. So in comparison to other men, black men have the lowest marriage rates and the highest divorce rates, and half of you will never marry in your life. I don't think he liked that. I'm probably talking to an unmarried man, right? Everything you said was a projection. That's what he said to me. You're talking about divorce rates and the lowest marriage rates from a demographic that's known to be single mothers. So it's like they revert back to old, dusty playbook. You're a single mother, as if the single mother didn't initiate the divorce because of whatever reasons. We can look at the divorce stats. So she initiated the divorce and divorced this man. So now she's a single mother, and that's her problem. That has nothing to do with the men having the highest divorce rate. Twice as likely. The men are having the highest divorce rates because the women are not, because it's initiated. They'll throw in your face, well, you're leaving the man. You're initiating the divorce. So what do you suggest this woman do? Why should I compare black men to other men when it's a black woman talking shit? Make it make sense. You're the one who spoke about being unmarriageable, not other men. Y'all are the last to get married. Stats say otherwise, ma'am. There's more married black men than black women. I don't care what your feelings say. Again, I wasn't talking about feelings. And again, they're more than likely thinking they're talking to a woman who desires to be married to a black man, right? So they feel empowered thinking that I'm that type of person, and that's fine. Because the truth is, a lot of black women truly overvalue marriage to black men. And it's just what it is, right? I said in the marketplace, I said, a race loyal group of black women are waiting for black men who, in fact, are the lowest on the social totem pole. When they finally get access to marry black men after he proposes, they realize on average of 8 years later, they no longer want to be married to this unsuitable black man. We can look at the numbers. They don't like that. They do not appreciate that. And there was another tweet that that this guy was talking about. This is how they feel online. This is how they feel. And because they know that black women overvalue marriage and overvalue marriage to men who don't propose, and when they do propose 8 years later, y'all are getting a divorce for whatever reason. And they want you to remain in the position of no one wants y'all. No one wants y'all. We don't want y'all, but no one wants y'all. And then it's crazy is because even if they did want y'all, their current position on the social totem pole, you shouldn't even be looking in that direction. If you are looking, if you are desiring, if you are hoping and wishing and praying on a dream that you want to get married someday to a black man, you have to understand they are literally throwing, they know they are in charge of proposing, right? They're in charge of marriage. And they keep saying the women are in charge of sex. And I'm like, I don't understand how that means anything, right? Okay, it doesn't mean anything. But if you are looking to a man who's in, you don't want to look desperate in a society, so you wait for this man who will likely never marry in his life to decide whether to marry you or not. And then when he marries you, y'all get divorced on average in 8 years. And then according to Brookins, you're thrusted. I said catapulted because I'm tired of saying thrusted into poverty. You are catapulted into poverty. So even if you do overvalue marriage, and even if you are, want to fulfill your 7-year-old wedding idea that you had before you even knew what a relationship was, you had your wedding planned out, right? Thank you, Disney. When you finally get married to him, you sitting there. How long you gonna sit there and wait until he proposes? And you know the numbers. Look at the numbers. That's why y'all get married for love. Because the love is gonna make you fight. They know that you over. So if you're gonna overvalue marriage, if you are going to, desire to outlive, to have your dream fantastical Disney wedding played out, if that's what you want, it doesn't make any sense for you to be looking to men who look like you. On average, they're unsuitable for partnership. And we can go down everything that you deem. Like I was in Petty's live yesterday. I do believe that the red flag thing, there's a TikTok going around where the woman says, focus on the green flags, right? Not a TikTok. Kimberly Foster, she did an interview with that woman who did a TikTok. She's a therapist who, a couples counselor therapist. And she says when she sees black cisgender heterosexual relationships, that the women are doing the majority of the labor and the men are really have no clue what the fuck is going on. They don't realize what they're doing. The women are just putting in a lot of labor, and she says she's drained afterwards. So she, in that interview, she said, look for the green flags. What is it that you want in a man? So look at the numbers and crunch the numbers. If you overvalue marriage and you want to have your Disney fantasy played out, you cannot do that with these men. You're not going to be able to do that, sis. So dismantle this black love idea. And another thing, I know that we know the motivation behind these interracial couplings. And I know you want to talk shit about these men with non-black women. But I'm here to tell you, you should be looking for partnership with non-black men. Forget it. Hang it up. Literally forget it. Y'all need to be dating other men and not to listen to what I say, because I say that they're all socialized the same. That's why it's important to listen to them talk about relationships, right? Now, if they're another race and they're enmeshed in black culture, the likelihood of having the same ideas about marriage and relationships are going to be the same. So don't get with no down ass white dude and you sitting there, engaged for 5 years, okay? Because if they have that mentality, if they're around groups of black men who historically have this mentality, they're likely to share those same ideas when it comes to partnering. So I'm not saying, uplift other groups of men. I'm saying when you going through your dating profile and it allows you to put what your preferences are, do not exclude other groups of men. And because one thing they're telling you is that they want you to believe that you're undesirable. So you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to stick with black men. And then you're looking crazy, right? Cobwebs on your pussy, freezing your eggs. You don't know what the fuck to do. You running around. You don't know if I'm ever going to get married. I don't know if I'm ever going to get married. and you're only, it's like literally like you only put your job application into one place and you're like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to get it. I don't know. When there's job openings all over the place and you've only put your job application in one place. That's dumb. I mean, just like if you're really playing the game, like if that's your desire, you want to be married, if you really playing the game, you will go for the most eligible man, not and not like put all these filters on to a group of men who don't get married. That doesn't even make sense. You are like literally in a hamster wheel spinning because it doesn't make sense. If you know as a black woman, all these women down here are telling you that these men aren't getting married. On average, they're not getting married. 50% of them are not getting married, which is leaving y'all at 48% because y'all sitting there waiting for him to get his shit together, fighting for your marriage, fighting for your relationship, fighting and fighting for your relationship, and you doing all the labor in the relationship. They're costing the U.S. economy $50 billion. They're not in school. They're not making money. They're emotionally unavailable. Like we always talk about the tangible items, right? Like education, employment, right? You talk about all of those things, right? How much they make in a year. But what a lot of the times I forget to talk about is the psychological part of them. So not only do you have to find someone who can maintain a business structure of marriage, and that's what I said online yesterday. I believe because marriage requires a license like other things, that in order for you to even to be a cosmetologist, you have to put in however many hours. To be a yoga teacher, you have to put in 200 hours or 500 hours, wherever you want to go. If you're a cosmetologist, a nail tech, you got to put in all these hours in order for you to get a license to do something, or get certified to do something for other people. In a marriage, it requires you to go get a license. I feel like there should be 200 hours of couples counseling before the state grants you a marriage license. 200 hours you got to go. Y'all want to get married? 200 hours. Y'all love each other? Okay. 200 hours of couple counseling, and then we'll give you your marriage license. Do you guys think that you would be married to the person you're married to now if y'all had 200 hours of couples counseling before you got married? I truly believe that. But back to this idea. They know that you guys overvalue marriage. They know that you've been ingrained with the black love, black love, black love, black love, black love, black love, black love. Oh, I just love to see black love. I just love to see black love. And then when you see a Russell and Sierra, a single woman who in her culture is a throwaway, what do they call, what does the man call them? The high sodium man. What does he call them? Um, what does he call them? God, I can't think of the name. I can't think of the name. The high sodium man. I can't think of what he calls it. Anyways, when you see a Russell Wilson and a Sierra, what does he call them? Have been throwaways. What does he call them? Afterthoughts. It's something. I can't think of the name. Damn. Leftovers. I was trying to think because I remember I said leftover and alive. That's what I had to remember. Yes, leftovers. So a single mother, right? A single black mother is a leftover because she's without a man. So something is wrong with her because she doesn't have a man attached to her in some kind of way. So she's, the problem. So what happens is she and the image of Future, this man, this here, she's part of 8 women who have children by this one man. They never get married, they break up. She finds another man who presents as this heart-centered, compassionate, kind, just green, 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 green flag, green flag, green flag, green flag, green flag, right? I'm sure there's some things about Russell Wilson that could be improved because everybody can improve. but he seems to be heart-centered. He seems to be kind. And in our culture, taking care of kids that are not legally yours, legally obligated to take care of, is seen as admirable, because typically people don't take care of children that they're not legally obligated to take care of. So as a man, right, men are seen like, damn, you, like Michael Sterling, we were saying like that was really admirable of him to change that little girl's last name because her father wasn't shit, right? Little Future. Now he has this man. People say, but he's starting to look like Russell Wilson. That is an anomaly. She wasn't, Sierra was not supposed to, it was almost like she was not supposed to get out of the Squid Game. She was not supposed to make it out, and she's made it out. And so whenever her and Russell are on a platform of any kind, it's almost like she's showing her ass to these men. And I think they really deeply take it personally, because they can't say, they've even said that Russell Wilson, brought himself down by partnering with a woman with children. So her having a child made her less valuable. That is the idea in your community. Even the men in community, right? In the same sporting, they said he's not black enough because of the way he treats his woman. But y'all are still down here trying to partner with black men. And and if you listen to these niggas, that's why, let these crazy ass niggas go down to the fucking Best Buy, get their podcast mics, let them talk, because they're talking and they're telling you about themselves, and y'all are still not listening. Some of y'all are, because I do hear like rumbles. I do hear a rumbling, a shift. And I think that's why they're so adamant on like throwing marriage in your face. If if that's not something that you value, you need to, like, these, I think the men need to understand that all black women don't overvalue marriage. Some black women do not want to get married. Some black women don't want to even be partnered with y'all. And I think that's why you gonna be 50 and alone. They want, see, they did, Sierra and Russell Wilson, they are figures in like one. That's what this guy said. Here, I'm gonna read you what he said. He said that's why they go so hard for Sierra and Russell Wilson. And I agree with him, even though he was trying to come at me. I agree with him because it's true. And I think that black women do hold Russell Wilson and Sierra over the heads of men who want her to be the single mother forever. Because in their mind, being a single mother still to these women is looked at as a bad thing. So they're like, yeah, look at Sierra and Russell. The men can't stand it. And the women use them. And the men can't take it. That's why they attack them so much, right? So wait. Hold on. He says, oh, you mean like these racial fetishizers black men are laying down with? Let black women exhibit self-love by wanting to marry their own men. And that's another thing. That's another thing that I think keeps y'all tethered to black men, is that you keep referring to them as yours. And this possessive over a group of men who literally, you should not want to possess what doesn't hold value. And I know that's hard for people to say, for you to hear, because you've tethered your identity to a group of men. Let black women exhibit self-love by wanting to marry their own men, like literally every other race and ethnicity does, without outside degradation. Oh, I forgot. Black ain't real enough to y'all. I said, in the market of men, black men are resting in the lowest position on the social totem pole. And that's true, because after generations, why aren't the stats improving? And how have, after generations, the stats for black women have improved? The marriage rate is lowering. The teen pregnancy rate is lowering. The access to government assistance is lowering. So you have a group of women who are not this propaganda that went around saying that black women were welfare queens. Whether it was true or not, it was a tarnish on their social image at that time. And black women have effectively changed that. You can't call us welfare queens and then also the most educated group in the country. You can't do that. Them numbers don't go. You'd be a fool to. Them numbers don't go together. So why are these men resting on the lowest position on the social totem pole? Your social image is shot. And y'all not doing nothing about it. And then y'all look to black women to help fix your social image. That's done. Those days are over. Black men are resting in the lowest position on the social totem pole. In real life, it makes absolutely no business sense for any woman, not just black women, any of you women who are desiring BBC and have, objectified a man because you might think he has a big dick and your kids might come out cute. It makes absolutely no business sense for any woman to marry a black man in America. On average, she will never see a return on her investment. She's also likely to be in poverty afterwards. And then this guy said, "These are your queens." And then he posted a picture of Jay Ellis and his white wife. I have no problem. I literally have no problem with Jay Ellis married a white woman. I have no problem with it. And you shouldn't either. You shouldn't either, especially because to me, I feel like if you have a problem with black men dating white women, that means you're looking at you're looking at them as if it's a scarcity, almost like, oh, she's taking another black man. You have to remember the motivation for the majority of them on their path to that relationship. Remember the motivation, right? Remember the motivation. Remember the pathology of the motivation, and you understand that. So you shouldn't even be bothered by that, but you're bothered by that because it seems like another one has been taken away, right? Or no? Am I wrong? So why is it that y'all have an issue with the interracial dating? Why is it that that's a problem? Because it does ruin your black love. I believe it ruins your black love fantasy. I believe it does. And I want y'all to wake up, because when you crunch the numbers, sweetie, it's giving no ROI at all. And that's the truth. And that's why they want you to marry with emotion, because the emotion will ignore the truth. The emotion will ignore the truth. And when the truth is, that's why whenever you are online arguing with these men, if you spend any amount of energy going back, you know what the stats are. And while they're calling you emotional and all this other stuff, you know when someone is ignoring facts, that's riddled in emotion. And so if you're telling me that this man is telling me that there are how many thousands of black men more married than black women, that's not true, sir. So I'm not going to go back and forth with you on this get off of the carousel. Literally, it's a fucking circus. And it's going nowhere, and it's spinning fast. And if you stay on it long enough, the motherfuckers will spin it the other way. Y'all get mad at these black men dating black women, white women, or marrying white women. You have something to say about it because you feel like one has been taken away. I could only deduce it to that. Because why do you care if you are in fact broadening your preferences? You should not limit yourself to one group of men. That makes no sense to me. especially knowing that half of them will never marry. Now, if you are a woman who is fine with long-term partnerships not recognized by the state, I'm fine. I mean, some people thrive like that. They don't want to be connected in that way. They make other arrangements in other ways to ensure the business is running smoothly. So there's some people that just reject it altogether, and that's fine. And there's some people who are okay with but when I am in digital spaces and I'm reading and looking online, Black women want to model this traditional idea. They have an idea of what a marriage is. They want to be partnered, and the majority of y'all want to be partnered with men who don't get married. So what y'all gonna do? Because you want to get married. And they're all the same. That's another thing, because they get mad because when you say you date now, they get mad and then they want to tell you, well, the other men don't want you either. So you should be like, well, let me see. Let me decide. Because it's been 25 years and it's been 30 years and it's been 40 years. And I have a desire to be partnered. And y'all ain't doing it. And when y'all do it, it's not lasting long, and the woman realizes shortly afterward that it was a bad investment. They do. On average, they realize it was a bad investment. 8 years. These are how long marriages are lasting. On average. And when you look, like I said, when you look at Russell Wilson and Ciara, I keep going to this tweet and I keep forgetting. When you go to Russell Wilson and Ciara, hold on. I'm trying to find this man's tweet, that because it's true. That's why he said something about Ciara. Damn. He was like, that's why they prop up Ciara like that. I can't find that damn tweet. Damn. I wish I could find it. And that's why they do prop up Ciara, because it's something that they desire, and they've been told by this group of men that they desire, that they're not worthy, they're not going to get married, nobody likes your black ass. I mean, it's really bad. Oh, here he goes. He says, people should marry who they want, but using a TV show as your basis is insane. Is there any other group that vicariously lives through celebs as much as black women? And to his point, he says, I'm going to read it again. People should marry who they want, but using a TV show as your basis is insane. Is there any group that vicariously lives through celebs as much as black women? Women live vicariously through celebrity couplings, public relationships all the time. Look how they act about Meghan and Harry. I mean, it's just because they have been programmed to want marriage and want this fantasy, and the fantasy is continuously embedded into you because it's played out on TV. That's why romantic comedies are so popular, because it's the fantasy playing over and over again. So let me sit here and watch the fantasy, okay? This guy says, nope. That's why that constant Russell Wilson narrative is hilarious. They really believe it can happen to them too. He's right. And I said, that's the sad part. They really do believe that the Russell Wilson anomaly can happen to them. But that says more about the men than it does about the women. Russell Wilson is an anomaly in your culture. That's crazy. That's why y'all laugh so loud when black women uplift Ciara and Russell, because y'all know niggas don't get married, and these dumbass black women are waiting like clowns for y'all. The joke's on them. That's why they keep laughing at y'all. Because y'all overvalue marriage, and you're only looking to black men to marry, and they're not marrying y'all. They're not marrying anyone. And when they do get married, they get divorced, and the women are leaving them. And still y'all sitting here like, girl, what the hell? What the hell? Like my son says, what the hell? What the hell? I'm serious. That's it. That's why they know they looking at y'all. They laugh like while you're throwing Russell in the face of black men, like y'all can't mimic this. Y'all make fun of him. Y'all say he's not black enough because he treats his wife nice. He's kind, heart-centered man. He's raising a raggedy ass, dusty ass, dirty dick community peen niggas child. But you won't get that, girl. That's why they looking at y'all laughing. Because they like, this is an anomaly. This doesn't happen all the time. This is not the average or the majority. This doesn't happen. So while you can throw it in our face, we don't give a fuck because we're not marrying nobody. And when we do get married, the women are leaving us on average in 8 years. So what is the truth? I'm with Oprah. So what is the truth? I need for y'all to figure it out. I really want y'all to, one, stop giving a fuck about these niggas marrying non-black women. And two, marry non-black men. Find you a suitable man, period. But you're not gonna find a suitable man in one group of men who blah 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 blah. Run down the stats. So what you should do is open your options. Put your application into more than one place. You got your application in Black Planet. Your application should be on Twitter. It should be on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You need to put in your application everywhere, not just Black Planet. Okay? All right, I'm out of here. Take care of each other. I be feeling sorry for y'all because y'all really trekking through the tundra like the alchemist, and it's right here. It's been right here the whole time. What you looking for is right here. That's the gag. And on some real shit, you should, when you're looking for a partner outside of the tangible things, look for heart-centered, kind, balanced men. When the men start talking about that 1950s template of marriage, submission, subservient, all that crazy shit, I don't give a damn what color he is. He gotta go. Because I'm telling you, they all have the same programming. And what's the crazy part, and I'll leave you with this. The crazy part is, out of the factory settings, Russell Wilson is a defect. He's considered defective, right? Out of the factory, they all have the same programming. And when you pick this one guy out, he's different. He's defective. He's different. Go find you a different type of dude. Go find you a dude who is heart-centered, kind, generous. And by generous, I mean like, charitable. You know what I'm saying? Like, go find those dudes and stop leading, and do what makes the most sense. How is this person going to add value to my life? If you feel like you are expelling more than you're receiving, that's not cool. That's not a partnership that is mutually beneficial. I don't give a damn what it looked like. As long as it's mutually beneficial, then I support it. If it's mutually beneficial and nobody is giving from, this should be overflowing. If you right up here with what you got, you shouldn't be giving shit until it's overflowing. And that's where you give from. And that's what you want to partner with. Someone who's also giving from their overflow. Someone whose identity is not tethered to the way that you act. I need a woman to make me feel like a man. So when you're around other men, what do you feel like? If you need a woman to make you feel like a man, y'all niggas be saying the craziest stuff. And then they really get online and then call you emotional and will provide no statistical evidence at all. And then they start asking you to prove what you're saying to them. I've already done the work. I know what the answer is, nigga. You need to find the answer. Not me. I gotta go. Take care of each other. Peace. Protect your energy.